we know you have to have machines out there to keep these guys busy. And the winter is a prime example of that. I mean, if you don't have machines coming in the winter, then all you're doing is working on your own stuff, and how do you pay the bills? So I came into a philosophy that was already there of trying to sell as much as you can, and usually the margins will kind of take care of themselves. I mean, people will let you make a little money, but on the other hand, I know exactly how much I make if the competition sells a new tractor and I don't. I mean, it's not just that what you miss out day one, it's what you miss out 3 years after the initial sale, 10 years after the initial sale. You know, you need that population of older machines out there to keep the service work coming. It varies. I mean, it's different on every product. I mean, you know, you have to make a certain margin on mowers larger than you do on you know, 100-horse tractor. I mean, you know, you can live with a really close margin on that 100-horse tractor because you just know that you'll make it up in service down the road. Or the hay equipment. You know, you can live on a smaller margin on hay equipment because those things by nature are good for the service department. If I'm in a commercial mower, and that's my main line of business, commercial mowers that I'm selling, I'm going to try to identify who the players are in my market, and I'm going to go get their business. If I have to give them a lawnmower, margin-wise, they're gonna own my mower, especially if I'm confident in my product. So we get those key players out there. You know, the market sees what the key players are using, and it'll start coming in. For the most part, the weekend guys are not going to go out there and just tear it up. So you need to make a decent margin when you sell it. Can't just completely give it away. You might not see that guy again for 10 years. You know, rental is the way we've always looked at it. It's a paid demonstration. So instead of me going out to your place and demoing a tractor for free, you're coming to me and renting my machine that hopefully you'll be impressed with and you'll want to own. So and you're paying me to do it. So that's the way we've always looked at rental as a paid demonstration. And part of it goes back to how our supplier operates in New Holland. And you know, we set up a rental yard, so we have discounts that are available to that rental yard that aren't available to the average consumer. So we're a little less money going in there. They have rules on retention, so we find out what that minimum retention date is, and we start marketing that machine, you know, a month before the retention comes up. So hopefully when that 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is up, we got a buyer for that machine already. That's all process. You gotta have a walk around. You gotta take pictures before, you know, rental. It's there's a little more to it than just walking out and handing somebody the keys. But you know, if the problems are addressed before they happen, then they don't become a big problem when they do happen. A little more difficult on power sports because, you know, you've still got to get some out there. You know, the only way to do that is, you know, find out where these guys are going, where they're riding. You know, make yourself seen, make your product seen in areas where everybody's at. Different for every area. We have places where riders go to ride, so you know, we try to promote our stuff out in those areas and make sure that we're seen out there. You know, if there's 50 machines out riding a trail this weekend, we want half of them to be ours at least. Service is pretty steady. There's always something going on. Maybe the pressure's not quite as bad on the service department now as it is in season, but always plenty of work. Parts a little different. Don't have quite as many working to the parts counter. You know, the parts counter sales aren't quite as busy. There's usually plenty to do. I mean, you know, if we're not selling across the counter, we're inventorying, we're evaluating what we need to keep and what we need to send back, that kind of stuff. There's plenty to do. It is a bigger challenge to keep them busy in the winter, though. It's taken years and years of increasing our population of our products that are out there in our territory. and you know it's not an overnight fix if you don't have it. So I mean, it just takes a lot of time, and you know, a lot of years of selling into the market with a decent market share to get the population up where you have that steady flow of you know, service coming in and parts coming in and that kind of stuff.